What's going on, everybody? My name is Dana Harris with Young Gurus Math Tutoring, and I'm back again to drop some more math jewels. In this video, I'm going to show you how to subtract numbers using scientific notation. If you need some refreshing or a refresher course on operations, or I'm sorry, what scientific notation actually is and the basics of it, please check out the video on scientific notation on this playlist. Let's get right into the examples. So we're going to subtract, and in example 1, I have 6.33 times 10 to the negative 9th power, and I am subtracting 4.5 times 10 to the negative 9th power. Alright? Basically, what we have to do, since these have the same power of 10, we simply just take the first number and subtract them. So let me write that in a different color. Alright, let's put that in a different color. So we're simply going to say 6.33 minus 4.5, and then times 10 to the negative 9th power. Well, 6.33 minus 4.5 is actually going to give me 1.83. Alright, 1.83, and then notice it's going to be times 10 to the 9th power. Alright, so this is our final answer for example 1. All we did was subtract the first number because they have the same power of 10. Now, example 2. 9.2 times 10 to the 8th. Same type of problem, and I'm subtracting 4 times 10 to the 8th. Alright, same thing. I'm going to subtract 9.2 minus 4. I'm going to take that and multiply it 10 to the 8th. Alright, 9.2 minus 4 should be 5.2 last time I checked. Alright, 5.2 times 10 to the 8th power. Alright, those two are fairly simple. Let's get into a little more, some that's a little more tedious. Alright, a little more tedious. That means it's going to take a little more for these examples. Example 3. So we have 7.8 times 10 to the 7th power, and then I'm going to subtract 2.45 times 10 to the 6th power. Notice they have a different power of 10. So this is going to require something different. We have to actually make them have the same power of 10 in order for this to work. Alright? So let's say I'm going to make it a power of 6. Alright? So what I want to do is I'm going to say this is 7.8 times 10. Let's write it like this. 10, which is 10 to the 1 power. Okay, so I'm going to just write 10. And then times 10 to the 6th power. Alright, so remember, 10 is 10 to the 1 power. Okay, so then now I want to subtract 2.45 times 10 to the 6th power. Alright, that's a 6. Alright, and I need to put that in a different color. A different color. I got the marker in my hand, didn't write it. Alright, 10 to the 6. Now, all I'm going to do is simply, boom, put them in parentheses. I have 7.8 minus 2.45, and then I'm going to make that times 10 to the 6th power. 7.8 minus 2.45 is actually, no, that's a mistake. So you got to be careful with this stuff. Because what I did wrong, actually, I'm sorry, you all. What I did wrong is 7, I got to multiply this by 10 first. So this is actually 78. Okay? Matter of fact, let me put that in green. This is 78 because 7.8 times 10 gives me 78, and then times 10 to the 6th power minus 2.45 times 10 to the 6th power. Okay? So they still have that 10 to the 6th power in parentheses. Now I can subtract 78 minus 2.45 and then times 10 to the 6th power. Well, 78 minus 2.45 is going to be 75.55. All right, 75.55 times 10 to the 6. Here's the issue. This number has to be between 1 and 10. So I'm going to have to move this decimal place to the left one, which means I'm dividing by 10. Well, if I divide this by 10, I have to multiply this by 10. Okay? So that gives me 7.555 times 10 to the, remember they have the same base. If we're multiplying, we add exponents. So 6 plus, there's an understood 1 there. It gives me 10 to the 7th power. All right, so 7.555 times 10 to the 7th power. All right, let's do one more example because these problems, and if you need to pause and rewind that, definitely take a minute, stop there, run that back, see what's going on to change those exponents. All right, example 4. I have 2.4 times 10 to the negative 1 power. And I'm going to subtract 5.5 times 10 to the negative 2 power. All right. So I want to get the same power. This time I'm going to go with x to the negative 2 power. We're going to work with that one. All right. So I'm going to say 2.4, and I want to get times 10 to the negative 2 power. All right. So when I do this one, actually, you know what? No, let's work with 10 to the negative 1. Let's do this. Let's say we have, because it doesn't matter. So we can change this to that. There's different ways we can write them both. But let's go with the negative 1 power. So times 10 to the negative 1, and then minus, and I want to say 5.5 now times, in this case, 10 to the negative 1, and then times 10 to the negative 1. All right, so notice negative 1 plus negative 1 gives me negative 2. All right, so that's another way. You got to double check those exponents. Now, so that this one stays the same. What, fumble? All right, so this is 2.4 times 10 to the negative 1 power. And then I'm going to subtract. Now, I need to actually multiply this first. Okay, so 5.5 times 10 to the negative 1 power is actually, let's write it in green, 55 hundredths, okay? And then times 10 to the negative 1 power. If you need to pause right there to see, you can go double check with the calculator if you want to. If it's 10 to the negative 1, I'm moving the decimal to the place to the left one time. All right, so now this comes down. All right, so now we can work with it. We simply have 2.4, and I keep forgetting to change colors, y'all. I'm used to writing in one color. but I'm doing something new. I want students to actually see those numbers. All right, I want to add a little more value. So, and you can put a 0 there in front of the. Let's, as a matter of fact, let's do that. So 0.55. All right, and then times 10 to the negative 1. Now, 2.4 minus 0.55 is actually equal to 1.85, and then times 10 to the negative 1. All right, and you could do the math elsewhere. I didn't want to go through doing that vertical subtraction, but that is our final example. Remember, take some time, share this with somebody. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all for the support. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Share with a friend. Young Gurus Math Tutoring. I got the solution to your math problem.